What happened to the Templetons? In June, the cry of the alarm sounded and sent the neighbors stumbling through their doors, fastening their locks, killing their lights. We have two alarms, the fire alarm and the other, the one designated to miscellaneous occurrences. For 10 minutes following the lilting, rising, wailing other, the sheer force, the crushing weight of the silence tore apart, smashed to pieces the curtained darkness, the onyx sheet of midnight in the sky. Perched atop the climbs the Bankside's farm looms in a swathe of ghastly fog. Nobody ever travels, nobody has ever witnessed, only heard of, those horrors that emanate there at night, though their stories become the architecture of 3,000 recurring, towering nightmares from which one awakens, never remembers, yet can't let go of. We grant the moon, that worn-out, cratered, fearful organ, whose eyeless eyes, whose faceless face waxes animate, our gravest sympathies. Only one shred of those stories has passed between voices, that mad Ella Bankside's. Only, on this night, a cry rose from aloft, and then, another below, one flew from the mouth of a child, the other, Harry Templeton, the father of Henrietta, the only resident to flee from his house. He cried, and she cried back. One above, one below. In desperate hysterics, the man rushed from door to door, begging for help, smashing his fist until we thought it would break, but we could never help him. We watched with fright, my little brother and I, from the second-story window. The candlelight guttering on down the street from window to window threw light on a dozen morbid, solemnly chilly faces, but nobody stirred. He disappeared into the ravine with his torch alight and reappeared like a distant star before the church, and then further, until he vanished somewhere on the Bankside's farm. Screams shot up out of the dark, died, and rose again, one, the child, the other, single father, with everything to lose, her. The myriad faces dissipated into the gray of coming dawn, and though they would vanish, they would remain. In the pale morning light, the moon vanished, the stars absorbed by the twilight, a lonesome figure emerged at the break in the woods, and grew larger upon the rise of the ravine. Ella Bankside's, in the flesh, her red dress fluttering around her, emerged, holding out her hands as if bearing a gift. At once, the police came speeding, swerving, screeching to a halt. They dispersed, collected, and surrounded her. At last, she was cuffed and lowered into the back of the cruiser. They sped off as quickly as they came. I don't know what happened to the Templetons. But I know that Ella's dress was white.